What's up, everyone? Welcome to the CrypTalk, the UGG podcast show where we talk about NFT gaming scene. I will be your host, Rob Luna, and for today's episode, we will be talking about can you actually earn into free-to-play games in crypto games? Oh, that's too much games in that one sentence. But I will be heading towards our guest for today's show. He's one of the, I would say, OGs, not only on Web3, but definitely on Web2. I've watched him since Twitch days to Facebook gaming, been hammering all around, and most likely you've seen him stream Ragnarok on Facebook gaming. Let's welcome on the stage here, Banoobs. How are you doing today?
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Good
Yep.
morning. Sa
Wherever you are, definitely. And of
Yes.
course, you all know Banoob's been playing MMORPG. Doesn't really matter if it's free to play or even on the casual game. But
Mhm.
here, on the other hand, we also have our guest. It's always been on the show as well. My favorite EA guy on YouTube, of course, Rofer. How is your day?
Yeah, what's up, everyone? Good evening, good morning sa lahat ng mga nanonood ng mga step sibs natin sa Cryptoverse. Welcome. All goods lang tayo dyan.
All goods, all goods. Hopefully, all goods gonna be a word as well when we get to discuss about the game, or rather the play to earn games. Because I would say, or correct me if I'm wrong, since the last year, free to or rather play to earn games are actually being getting popular here on the Philippines. And maybe I would want to ask you, Banoob, since you've been playing from the way back, like MMORPGs, that does it really generate you money? Well, you can, but you really have to work on it. But how does it work right now? Because there are games like such as like Mir 4, or do you have any games that you're playing right now that is on the play to earn genre?
Actually, if we'll all try to look back in the days where the typical MMORPG games,
Mm-hmm.
it always has this economy. So there are buy and sell tradings and everything. People have ways to earn monies, but it was always like a general rule that it is not allowed. Like RMT or real money trading is not allowed. But then when P2A games came out of in this universe, it all blew up everyone's mind. Like, hey, there is actually something that you can actually play and enjoy while having to earn something.
Mm-hmm.
And we Filipinos are very talented in mobile games or computer games, where we know how to. You remember the days where Ragnarok was a thing
Yes.
back in our
Never.
childhood days, right? So
Oh.
people became a merchant. They got their knowledge on how they sell, buy and sell stuff, buy and sell potions,
Mm-hmm.
butterfly wings, and everything, and buy and sell items. And where when crypto came, P2E games, it's sort of like structurized everything where it's legal,
Mm-hmm.
to trade in real, because there's a currency already, right? You will have this digital currency, utility tokens, and governance token, where you can, have unlimited ways to use your talents, your skills that you acquired during those the games you've played,
Mm-hmm.
like how you play with your economy in game, on how you can earn better, whether if you're a free to play gamer, or you have like a buying power wherein you will invest, then you will buy and sell. The higher investment you have, the bigger rewards you can get, but it's always a risk, right?
Yes,
And I believe
definitely.
gamers are very competitive, right? Especially those who have the buying power right now. Like they always wanted to feel that challenge wherein you can buy, you will have this advantages if you buy everything, something
Mm-hmm.
like that, compared to the free to play players.
I believe Filipinos call that Malakash. Something like
Malakash.
Malakash. All
Malakash.
right, with like CASH on the other part of the being Malakas, like a strong person. It's a Tagalog. Well, let me go back on the RMP that you mentioned, Banubs. I still remember this days. It was like 2006, 2007, probably. Those were the level up days. Where are the times that I believe you were already part of it. Like we
Yeah.
scratch those
Yeah,
cards just to be
the
able to
cards.
play on
Yeah.
Ragnarok online. That was the way back days. It's like the reason why I remember because I'm one of the people who did the RMP, and I agree
Yes.
with Banoobs that it was not legal, but at the same time, no one can really know, right? It's
Yeah, yeah.
like we always hunt Osiris 24/7,
Yeah.
and when it gets a crown, we get at least
Or
twenty
or
thousand.
or
Yeah.
those F2B players are grinding for materials card, something like that,
Mhm.
you know.
Oh yeah, I remember Ghost Ring card
Crazy
like
cash.
definitely like Ghost Ring got like 200,000 and what's just a single card. That was very tremendous in terms of prizes. But you know what? If I may be asking, like, how about you, Rofer? Do you have any experiences into play? Have you tried to do RMT trading way back on the past, or you did manage to just play on the Web3?
Nah, I used to play the traditional games before, but hindi hindi ako masyadong nag-ano eh. I don't usually grind much, you know. Casual gamer, casual gamer.
Mm-hmm.
But here in the Web3, gave us an opportunity, no. While you're earning what you love doing, which is gaming. That's the beauty of the Web3, right?
Mm.
So right now, while we're playing, while we're enjoying a game, at the same time, we're earning. So ngayon, right now, I'm more hardcore. I'm mas ano ako, mas double down ako sa Web3 ngayon compared to noon na casual gaming lang. Right now,
Mm-hmm.
talagang ano tayo ngayon, focus sa Web3 kasi
Focus.
wala nag-enjoy ka na, mag-grind ka talaga. You have to grind. You have to
It's
grind.
like
There's the grind.
the mindset that you're already enjoying at the same time you're earning, something like that.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
if
Exactly.
I may ask you, Roper, I mean, guys, if you would like to know more about technical analysis, you should really drop by to his YouTube channel. You're gonna be learning a lot. So, this question is literally for you, Roper. It's like, what are the good things and the bad things in playing free-to-play games, or rather, the games that is free to play, but you know deep inside that there is something that you could earn from this game. So, what are the pros and cons in this type of games?
Actually, I don't see anything bad from it. You know, free
Mm-hmm.
to play from the word free itself. Like you're playing the game and at the same time you're earning. Wala ka nilalabas. 'Di ba?
And
Like what
mhm.
could go wrong? Like most especially if you're enjoying the game like Mir 4 for example. Like the game is awesome. What could what could go wrong? Anong mawawala sa atin if let's say worst case scenario
Probably just
we didn't earn
time.
just time, 'di ba?
Yeah.
But if you enjoyed,
Mhm.
right? Masasabi mo pa ba na nasayang yung oras natin? Well, kapag if in the first place, no, we dive into the game expecting to earn from it, well definitely ma-frustrate tayo. But if you're a true gamer, 'di ba? Bonus yung income eh. The beauty
Yes.
of NFT gaming, you
Mhm.
love gaming, you enjoy gaming. Bonus na yung earnings. It's the beauty of Web3 for
So
me.
it's all about the good things because
It's all
number
about the
one,
good things, bro.
you're definitely enjoying the game, and well, it's your choice if you
You
would
got
like to
nothing to lose.
spend. Yes,
You
you
got
got
nothing
nothing
to
to
lose.
lose aside from the time that you'd spend. But
Yep.
that was the cost of your enjoyment. But how about you, Banoobs? I mean, I know you as a player that literally a very competitive one. So playing this type of games, I believe the good thing is you get to play with your guild mates or whatnot. But can you insight or us what's gonna be like a bad thing into playing these games? Because there is always an urge in you that you would like to spend. So how do you actually control it?
Actually, when P2E games arises, it actually opened up my mind into merging all or consolidate all my skills that I acquired during the games I've played, that it actually work in real life and in the gaming life, right? What I mean from that was uh because back in the traditional games, you cannot sell your character after you wanted to quit.
Uh,
It's really
yes.
hard. I mean, I can't even remember the time that I sold any of my characters during the
Yeah.
games I've played in the mobile game. I spent millions. I'm very
Mm-hmm.
front about it. I spent millions in Dragon Nest. I spent millions in Lineage, Mobile, Lineage Revolution, and Ragnarok. I spent millions, and so on. So when I first tried Mirror 4, it's actually kind of refreshing feeling that you can actually, you will invest. So I
Mm-hmm.
basically, here's my story. I bought an NFT account for 75,000 pesos, and I progressed it for, I think, a few months of playing it. I think around 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And it came to a point, I think back in March, that I could actually sell it for 700,000 pesos. But
Wow.
I was still
Hey,
enjoying
no.
the game. That's why I
Mm-hmm.
didn't
Yeah.
sell it. So
Yeah.
it came to a point that, because, the gaming economy is always up and down, right? Because
Yep.
Yes.
it's a P2E.
Very volatile,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's very volatile. Yeah, so I took the risk on playing more. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because I basically enjoyed it, and I do contents in the game as well. So for me, it's okay to, So basically, I'm only spending 10,000 a week just to
Mm-hmm.
sustain it. So you can progress your character. So basically, I'm buying those tickets for you to go level up faster, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, and last month I sold it for 300,000 pesos.
Not
So
bad.
the thing that made an impact here is, so basically you can play if you wanted to go into this space. You need to research well on the game you wanted to play.
All
It
right.
could You will try to put it in your mind, will this be beneficial for me? Because not all the play to earn games are fun to play. Sometimes you will only play it because you will earn so much money from it, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
before, Mir 4 became a huge thing in the Philippines because they heard of the mining, right? Like
Agree.
there's a common meme like 2K per day. You will earn
Yeah.
2,000 pesos per day just for mining,
Mm-hmm.
but just for the free to play players. But eventually, it pops everywhere that everyone who's in the gaming space wanted to try it, because all you have to do is, just download the game, progress it to level 40, then you will mine, then eventually you can already earn by mining. But
Mm-hmm.
the supply got up, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
demand was not that really high. So the value went very, very fast. Like it
Mm-hmm.
just goes directly down. Like it's not very sufficient anymore for you to do it.
Was it the
Oh
same? Like, I believe that was Draco coins for
yeah,
Mirror Four.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Draco,
All
Draco.
right. So the one that you mine were like the steels. I still
Dark
remember. I did
Steels.
Dark
try it.
Steel, yeah.
Download Dark Steel. Yeah, Dark
Dark
Steel.
Steel.
All right. So what you're trying to say is that because there's so much on the supply, it's just like it happens on Axie Infinity, right?
Yeah.
Like people are gaining
Burning.
so much SLPs and there's
Yeah.
no one is breeding. So meaning to
Yeah.
say, the prices would drastically go down because there's so much supply on the market.
Mm-hmm.
So is that's gonna be a bad thing, right? If only the players are only thinking on how they could earn money, but they're not literally enjoying the game.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
what actually happened right after that? So I know that this is gonna go deeper, but what what had you get to the point that all right, this is enough for me. I want to sell it now.
Yeah. So basically, since sometimes I forgot that I was playing a play to earn games, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I always check the value in the marketplace. So it happened that, so my head was at this price point. Oh, I can sell this anytime between 700,000 pesos. So I was good about it. Then suddenly it goes down. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck? Oh, 500,000 pesos only? Oh my god. There must be something wrong in the market. Like
Yes.
everybody's selling.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I really need to quit. Otherwise I would end up losing everything. So I sold it for 300,000 pesos. Uh but I think I was on bawi lang.
All right. So it was like a break even
Yeah, break
point.
even
So
lang. Break even.
all right. So you had the chance to sell it on all-time high, like the
Yeah.
700,000. But during that time, you were still enjoying the game.
Yes,
But
exactly.
the time that went down, so all right. Well, at least you had that kind of discipline, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I believe most of probably the people who actually tried to go into play to earn, well, including me, is like we get FOMO din, eh, right?
Ah.
Meaning to say we know it's already high, but we want to see it higher, which
Mhm.
is more often than not, it's gonna skyrocket down. I mean,
Yeah.
there's always gonna be a retest. Well, this is Roper, right? There's always gonna be a retest. There's always gonna be a capitulation and the candles,
Yeah.
and it also happens on games. So wow, I'm really thankful that you really share
Actually,
that one.
I wanted to share my first P2A game.
Which
It
is
was
which is.
it was actually
Oh, what happened? What
I,
happened? We're.
actually I played the game back in June. Since I have friends who's messaging me like, hey, can you
Mm-hmm.
try out this game because this game really needs influencers to stream it. So I was
Okay.
like, this is kind of interesting. So I saw people, I saw clips in YouTube like it changes people lives, from tricycle driver who earns 20,000 a month, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, this could be a really game changing
Mm-hmm.
in the scene. So I was like, but then I heard one of my friends in the DR team
Mm-hmm.
who tried playing the game. So they played it first. They were a week ahead of me. So I was like, okay, go try it first. Try the breeding. Then if it works, I will invest. So
Mm-hmm.
they ventured it out. They spent around like 50,000 each just to try breeding, and eventually, oh, they earn money from the breeding itself. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, okay, instantly I invested 500,000 pesos, and I
Wow.
yes, at the same day that they got the profit, I invested 500,000 pesos and streamed it right away.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was in June 3, to be exact, when there are no influencers who streaming the game. So I streamed the game actually, and it got like thousands of viewers, and I was surprised because I was just playing. I was just making fun of the game. Like I don't know how to play it, but I was
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the breeding process. I was very a comedic guy. When I saw
Mm-hmm.
people mating, like, you know, I was
Yeah.
making fun of it while I was streaming, and
This is the time that you call yourself Boyet, right?
yes, yes, boy, yeah,
Yeah.
that was really fun.
Mhm.
And when I explained to people that I invested 500,000, and in 5 days I can get my ROI back, people are, mind
Yeah.
blown. What? And they're asking for progress, and eventually I got it for 5 days, the ROI. So
Mm-hmm.
I was one of the few who started the printers. If you heard about the printers, the
Yes.
printer
Aqua
axes.
printers.
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, I was selling one printer axis for 250 pesos each. The Aqua.
What? What?
Yeah.
Two,
That high.
250,000.
150,000 each Aqua.
Yeah, well, I would
Ay.
definitely remember those days because those were in between June to August. Those were the times the AAPs, the pure
Yeah.
aqua
Yeah,
selling
yeah,
plants,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
cost like
Yeah.
80 to 100,000 per team.
Mhm.
Yep.
Right, so when you have two printers, you can just you could definitely have like sometimes like R1 R2 recessive
Yeah.
genes that gonna be
Yeah.
changed, but it would take like 3 to 4 generations before it actually
Exactly.
get messed up, if you actually know how to actually breed, to those who are gonna be watching. But
Mm.
wow, I'm not quite sure. I'm sure Rofer was actually mind blown as well. Which is the part do you think, guys, is more shocking? The test the water 500,000 or the ROI that comes through? It's like
I
you
was
just
very
play tested,
impulsive
right?
that time. I was very
Uh-huh.
impulsive that time, and people got really scared of what happened to me. Like
Yes.
like what the fuck are you doing? You spent half a million on a single, like literally when I heard about the update of my friend that it actually works,
Mm-hmm.
I went directly to the bank and withdraw the money
Oh,
and trade on a P2P with one of the pioneers in Axis.
I see.
Yeah, I basically
Is
spent
this boss
500,000.
Rainiel?
No. Rainier
Yeah.
wasn't playing that time. Rainier Araw?
Oh yeah, Rainiel Arrow. Yeah, boss
Yeah.
Rainiel. Those were the few
I
friends that
think
I've
that's
met.
Richard. No. I forgot the name actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I'm literally mind blown with that story. I mean,
And I was actually watching the charts every single time. And after I gained a lot of money from it, I reinvested it.
mhm.
Uh, I reinvested on crypto blades.
Oh, we get to talk about TV. Hi,
Yeah,
Croggy.
yeah. So basically, that
20 to
was
150.
yes, that is something that you know it it
Oh,
it gives me a huge lesson. It's really a hard
Oh,
pill to swallow. Invested so
oh.
much money. I invested millions in crypto blades,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a GG.
what happened? What
Well,
happened? What happened?
No, because there's like a staking, right? Like you need to hold it for like 15
Yep.
days.
Yep.
So it happened that I bought it around 1,500.
all
I think
right.
that was the early price, 1,500. Yeah. So apparently the Oracle, they said,
Yeah.
tumalong, tumalong eh. They over rewarded, right?
Yes.
So that
Exactly. Exactly.
happens. The, the all-time high I think was 9,000 pesos.
Yeah,
You
150.
can imagine how
Yes.
many multipliers I got already since I invested millions. But the
Mhm.
thing is, I cannot claim it out.
State.
Yeah, I cannot take it out the money
Yeah.
because there's like a
That's
15
too
days.
bad.
Yeah,
That's
so
too
that
bad.
happened. So
all right.
I lost it. I don't have any choice but to hold it. So eventually, I'm no longer aiming to. I just try to move on.
Oh, so meaning to
So
say
part again.
you haven't taken it out up until now.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
There's still a chance. There's still a chance. The beauty of NFT.
Yeah. Actually, there is still a chance. I've been trying to check out the game,
Yeah.
but it's still better to put into your mindset that you already moved on, rather
Mm,
than
Yep.
waiting for something
Yep.
miracle to happen, right?
Yeah. You won't lose
If
if you
there
won't
will
sell.
be, then I will be very happy for it, right?
yes. It's like probably a time deposit that you're gonna be
Yeah.
Yep.
just forget about it. Hopefully that
Yep.
the game get just to be in a full transparency mode. I've invested in Crypto Blade as well. Not as
Same.
big as Banoob said did, but
Same.
what I know is what's happening with their game right now. They're actually creating a different set of games. I've been on their Twitter, so I've been seeing a little bit of progress. And well, yeah,
Mm.
it's a good mindset that Banoob told us that you just simply have to move on. If it's gonna go back, then let's be happy
Yeah.
about it. But
But
well, at
one
least
thing is one thing I can tell you is I don't actually regret it because you know it's really a bad experience for me, but I actually learned a lot, and it came to a point that uh, I tried to push my dream on creating a P2E game.
Nice.
oh,
So I basically
Nice.
will be launching an NFT game soon
oh,
Nice.
well,
because of it.
Can't wait for
is
it.
it?
Because
Is the-
because of the experience that I had with CB.
Mhm. I like it, and
I have a
hopefully
question
we'll
for
be.
you.
Yeah, go.
Excuse me. I have a question for Sir Banobs.
Yeah.
One reason why Sir Banobs did not regret what happened to him, is it because it is a money you can afford to lose?
Yes, it is a money that I because it's it's an earning, right? So I
Mhm.
put this leverage on spending it. So it is a money that I can afford to lose.
Yeah,
That is why.
Exactly. Rule of thumb. when
Yeah,
you're
that's the
coming
rule of
into
thumb.
into F3. Yeah,
Yeah.
invest the money you can afford
Yeah,
to
don't
lose.
borrow money just to invest in crypto. Never do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I knew a few people who did loans, and they
What happened
actually
to them?
regretted it. Well,
Dang.
they bought on the ATH of Axie Infinity, so it was more than 80% down right now. So, well, they're just trying to move on. I mean, it's something that I believe they afforded to lose, but it's too much. It's like they almost got their savings out of it. I mean, they put most money on it, but just like Banus, I would say it's charged experience. It's like
Yeah,
Yep.
that's experience.
things that happen this way most of the time also creates opportunities, and we've heard
Yeah.
it from Banus, right? He
Mm.
went all down from that experience. Then he get to a point of why shouldn't I make my own game? And
Yep.
well, I'm really excited to know more about it. Probably we
Yeah.
can get
Mm-hmm.
an episode that's gonna will be talking about the game with Banoob.
Sure,
So
Let's
sure.
go. Let's
so
go.
you
Yeah.
guys, you really have to follow Banoobs on
Because,
will be.
when P2A games came out in the scene,
Mhm.
I was like very thankful for it. It changed so many lives, especially my friends who doesn't have a job during the pandemic. So I
Mhm.
was like, I was very leaning in towards it that this could be the future. But apparently, that bad experience happened to me didn't stop me from pursuing that one day I could actually develop a game that could change people's lives.
Oh, well, those were the games with the vision, and
Yeah.
most likely these are the games that really skyrockets because it just I mean, in hindsight, people will always think about a game that these guys are just simply want to earn money. But
Yeah, exactly.
if you're looking into a different perspective, that this game would actually help people
Yeah.
get out of poverty, and that's a different thing, right? But yeah, there's so much to talk about in regards of the crypto. But I have to channel back a bit
Hmm?
in terms of because we've been deep on the play to earn game discussion already. If I may ask you guys, maybe I'll talk to you, Rofer, is that what makes, or rather, what's literally the difference of free to play game on, or rather on a free to play crypto game? What's definitely the difference for you, aside
Free to play and
probably
the
the
play to earn
money?
game.
Yes, yes, I mean both of
Yeah,
them are free to
actually,
play. Then why would you, which one would you choose?
me personally, I choose the one that I'd enjoy. Me personally, I choose the
Mm.
one that I enjoy because the end of the day, anything can happen. You can invest a lot of money, putting you won't earn from it. At least you enjoyed,
Yeah.
right?
I
But
agree.
but the thing is, even if you call it a free to earn game, there is this thing in the Web3 NFT gaming industry that at some point it becomes a pay to win game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can start for free, but there's a lot of in-game item, in-game purchases that can make you level up faster. Like for like in any games, can earn you more money, and like those are the those are where the devs make their money. So
Mm-hmm.
to answer the question, me personally, I'd choose the game that I enjoy.
Oh,
I'd
so
choose
it
the game.
doesn't
Yeah,
really matter if you're gonna be earning money from
yeah,
it. It's like well, yeah, I get the reasoning. It's like if you're gonna be going into some or on a game that on your first mindset was like I would definitely well, it's free to play. I would definitely earn money from it, but at the end of the day, you get burned out because you don't
yeah.
really like the game so much. It's just that.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. People jump into Web3.
Mhm.
First thing in mind is to earn. Like people tend to forget that they're in Web3. No, in the first place, gaming, NFT gaming is supposed to be enjoyed. Kailangan natin maglaro. We have to play and actually enjoy the game. So what's the point of playing if your only goal is to earn money? And what happens? What happens if you don't earn? You didn't
Mm.
enjoy, you didn't earn, or worse, you lost money, right?
I see, I see. But just a follow up question. I mean, Banubs did give us his backstory of how he actually
Mm-hmm.
played or how he get into Axie Infinity on Mir 4, how he get to jump into Crypto Blades. So how about you, Rofer? Do you have like any? Can you share us any experiences that you have in the past in playing probably free to play crypto games?
Free to play. Actually, I won't consider. Yeah, I played Splinterlands free to play to start, at least,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't earn. You can't earn. You have to invest minimum 500 PHP to start earning. But yeah, made good some amount of money investing cards, flipping cards, playing Splinterlands.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
but
that's the only game that you had on a free to play genre, right?
free to play. Yeah, free to play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to play Mirror 4. I got late. I got late. I was.
Oh,
I think I was busy. I was busy playing flipping cards in Splinterlands when that's happening.
all right. It's really very tricky in terms of the crypto space in terms of free to play because I believe there's not so much games right now that's really in the free to play. It's like
Yep.
because on the traditional games, correct me if I'm wrong, free to play games earn to have like some of sort like battle pass. It's literally a free to
Mm.
play. Like for example, FPS games like Valorant, you don't really need to pay to play. But if you would like to progress or get the skins that you want, you definitely gonna want to buy Battle Pass, or you would like to go into the store and buy it directly, right? But on the crypto games right now, it's really not that popular. The reason is because you always had to give a little bit of investment, less like Axie Infinity way back, Origin not included because they're that's the reason why they made Origin because they would like to have like the free to play Axies so you can jump in if you wish to. But way back months ago, there's not so much games that on that kind of genre. But if I may ask you, like Banooks, what are how can free to play games really can improve and get mass adoption here,
Yeah.
specifically on our country, in the Philippines?
Actually, I'll try to get it into my perspective as an F2P player. Joke.
Mhm.
No, no. Imagine me as an F2P. Yeah.
F2P spending
So,
millions.
Yeah,
so
the reason why I'm laughing,
basically,
the reason why I'm laughing, I always see that tag you and Shay, hashtag F2P. Okay, but I don't wanna say that it's really true. So yeah, go ahead, Badus.
yeah. So basically, uh, as an F2P player, you will when choosing an P2E game, of course, you will try to think of a game that you can have your advantage because it's a competition, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
basically like a business. It's competition is always everywhere. So when joining an F2P game, you always have to think, you have to have this bigger mindset on how you can compete better than the average ones. You have to be beyond average on doing for you to succeed, right? So you need to choose a game where you can progress better. Like for example, if your whole life was you love playing MMORPGs, then probably go for MMORPG play to earn games. If your whole life was you really love enjoying card games, then you definitely can try Axie, right? Or strategy
Mm-hmm.
games, something like that. Because being I always believe even back in the day where crypto is not yet a thing in this world, you know, I always believe that gamers will soon realize that they can be a good traders as well. You have
Mm-hmm.
the speed, concentration, they have always the screen time, the analytical skill. They can make it unstoppable, right, in doing things. It's an advantage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when in terms of P2E game, I think this is our time. This is our time where P2E game is really a big thing right now. You can have
Oh.
those advantages. You just need to choose the right game for you, not just by FOMO or just peer pressure with something that you didn't like. It's a real factor because I always believe that there's always a cost in something. It, in some people, time is very expensive, right? But some people doesn't have anything to do, but they have a lot of time. But they can try to put their energies on doing the things that they can actually make a progress for it.
Agree. I would say those were like why like probably 10 years ago during the times that I just only have to study and doesn't
Yeah,
really know what to do right after. So that's the reason why I play games like 6-8 hours on a minimum per day. So
yeah,
yeah, I believe play to, or rather free to play games on crypto right now on the Philippines is so on its infancy stage, definitely, and not so much. Well, I mean, people would want to jump in, but it's they're still on the part that they would like to test the water first if it's really gonna be working. And we've seen, I believe, most games right now on the crypto space doesn't have the graphics that we get to use to see on traditional game, like the AAA games that we're playing. I
Yeah.
believe it's slowly going into Web3, but it's not that easy to be able to implement it together with, of course, the blockchain technology. But if I may ask you, Rofer, uh, how would you think this free to play in crypto gonna work here on the Philippines, or rather how it get adopted by the whole world? Because you were in the TA on the technical analysis of the crypto, you watch the charts, so you know that if I may ask you first, how long have you been trading, Rover?
I've been trading for like almost 5 years.
Five
Almost
years.
5 years.
That
5 years
was
in the market.
a long time ago. That was 2017. So
Indeed.
meaning to say you've seen a lot of things in the market, the ups and
Mm-hmm.
the downs,
Mm-hmm.
the what they call the black swan during the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, the 2020 crash. So if I may ask you, in terms of game, if let's flip it. The charts is now the games. How do you see us moving forward with free to play games in crypto?
Well, definitely very, very bullish still in NFT games.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, we're early. Like what you said, we're not seeing the graphics, the quality of the games, AAA games. There's not a lot of AAA games out in Web3, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I still believe that NFT gaming will will carry the whole cryptoverse for mass adoption, right? Because
Oh.
it has actually a use case. Okay, the tokens, the cryptos actually have utility. It's to buy items inside the game, unlike other crypto projects. Like you can say, you can make projects that I can do this, I can do that, but in real world, in real life, they're doing nothing, right?
Oh, I see.
We're in gaming, you actually have a game. You spend your currency to buy an NFT. You spend your currency to buy this item. You spend your currency to buy the character. You spend your currency to upgrade your character.
Mm-hmm.
There's utility. There is a use for the token. So I still believe uh, ultra bullish in NFT gaming. NFT gaming will be the 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 one that leads crypto to mass adoption.
Oh yeah, I would definitely go bullish that as well. I believe that free to play games did come very far as well on traditional games. Like I've been playing MMORPG since WoW days, so the World of Warcraft does really have, you have to buy expansion, you have to play per month. Then of course there are games that went really skyrocketed in the past few years, like for example Genshin Impact or any other free to play traditional games that you can just simply download the game, play it, and it's always gonna be a choice for you if you would like to spend. Like for Banoobs did been playing for I've been watching them, and Shay as well. Like on the, I'm really fond of it, watching whenever they smack weapons. Like it's like whenever they get to a
Eh,
point that they would like to get plus 20, and they're gonna post it on and tag each other. I'm really fond of that. I'm really fan of that. I mean, I was definitely watching. I don't know the game. Don't get me wrong. I don't know the game, but I know that they are upgrading their weapon. So I would just like to see if it's gonna work or not. And it's something na I believe that could also be part of the crypto space as well. But there's so much to talk about the free to play in crypto, and I would say it's really very early right now. So if this is a question that I remember during I believe we've seen each other there on the GameFi 2020 last week perhaps. So there is a question there that how would you convince, or rather sell a free to play game, or rather a crypto game into a child? because there's a part of the free to play, right, rather on the crypto, that it has to be like 18 and above because there is money involved in it. But there are most of the games that you can see is playable with ages like 12 or even lower than that. So how would you, if I may ask you, Banush, how would you, like for example your game, how would you have a child, or not a child, or rather a minor to play it? How does that really work?
Uh, for me, this is actually one of the good things that I learned from Axie is the scholarship system,
Mm-hmm.
right? If the game, if the P2E game has a scholarship system, it is actually something that you can easily offer to someone you
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
help or you to
Mm-hmm.
trust into, right? Like if you can say, hey, this kid is a gamer throughout his growing years, right? So if you
Mm-hmm.
see a potential in him, you can definitely ask him, hey, why not just try to play this game? And I want you to be my scholar, and you can probably earn while spending your time learning the game or enjoying the game, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I mean, the scholarship program really is a thing on the crypto space, and I would say it can be a little bit regulated, of course, because I did mention like minors earlier. Is that parents can actually get involved in this, and of course, there is always gonna be a part that I would say that you have to think of how you put it or how they actually get to play it. Of course, Rofer did mention earlier that people still have to enjoy the game first and not even think about that they would definitely can earn. But
Mhm.
for you, Rofer, how can you be able to uh, introduce, like for example, you have a kid cousin, how can you be able to let him play your game, like
Mm.
you can play this Axie Infinity, you can enjoy just a flip cards, and uh will that affect not telling him that he can earn, or do you really have to tell them that they could earn?
Not necessarily, because a lot of games, even way back before,
Mm-hmm.
if a lot of games gives you reward for doing such things like simple quests. You get
Mm-hmm.
items to do that. In Web 3, with as the rewards we're getting right now in Web 3 is converted into earnings. Same rewards from Web 2, simple item. Just right now, it has value. So nothing different. You can talk to your cousin. Hey, play this game, enjoy, and get rewarded. I'll buy you a toy. What's your
Oh
favorite
wow,
toy?
I like that. I
Right?
like that. Actually, I
Prima
did
lang.
that. I used to say that on my cousin. It's like this was way back COC. All right, so attack mo lang yan, attack mo lang yan. Tapos I'll buy you Jollibee, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's a reward. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a reward. I'm not. Is that uto ba yan? You're not literally doing it to him, but all right. I mean, there's so much to say more about of the
But I
crypto
think
space.
I think one thing I can add to what I mentioned earlier is
Mm-hmm.
I will definitely try to tap the guardians, the parents, right?
Yes.
Especially if it's a scholarship system that the kid can actually earn without
Mm.
him knowing anything about earning, right?
Hmm.
Because if you're a kid who doesn't care about earning,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? So I would definitely tap their parents first. That
Mm-hmm.
your kid is actually talented and doing something, then that he can actually earn from it.
Yep.
Then
Pay for the
I would
tuition.
wanted to leave the liberty to the
Mm-hmm.
parents for them to explain on how
Yes.
you can manage the money or for them to help financially
Mm-hmm.
on their
Well,
own.
that's the most responsible thing that literally we can
Hmm.
do. Well, as probably as a manager, letting the guardian know, and yeah, it's gonna be a different topic to talk about because in terms of finances, and there's always gonna be a part of you that if you get to know that there are tokens or currency that can literally be flipped and become a monetary for you,
Mhm.
there always gonna be also an urge like the trading will be there. You did mention, Manubs, we didn't even know that we could be able to trade because we're just simply just want to play the game. But we have the capacity and the mindset that we could be able to learn. I mean, I myself, I was actually trading for like 6 months now, and I just learned because literally probably I had to because I'm into the space, so I'm really looking at the charts. But it can also happen to those kids, and it has to be regulated by the guardians and the parents.
Yeah.
So if you are a parent and a guardian been watching this and you know that your kid is going into that stuff, it's really your choice to educate them, but it's the best, I would say the best case scenario is learn it together with them. It's like they're enjoying the game, and at the same time, if they get to earn, then probably you get to talk to him. So at that early stage, he already know how to manage his finances. It's like
Yeah.
Yep.
it's
On the right
you're doing it
Starting
for
them
his
young.
future. Yes. Oh wow! I did learn something today. I mean, probably that's what I'm gonna do when I have a kid. So
Start them young, bro.
yeah, help them. Well, I
Because
would.
the
Yeah.
generation of kids right now is
Mhm.
very surprising, right? Like you can see, I have my niece who's like 3 years old who plays my iPad, and I was
Mhm.
surprised, like, what? She can do that? She
Yeah,
even know how to download games, huh?
literally go to App Store
Yeah,
and wow, 3 years
yeah.
old. Wow.
And at some point, it's kind of scary though. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can
Yeah.
imagine if they are playing a game, then there's a purchase. Like for example,
Yeah.
they borrowed
Uh,
your phone. There's a
Exactly. Exactly.
registered access, right?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like they can actually purchase something that you didn't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Even them, they didn't know as well that they're actually spending real money already.
Yep. That happened to my cousin actually.
Yeah,
Playing
that's
Roblox.
one of the reasons that you need to tap into the guardian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, it didn't happen to a kid. It happened to my girlfriend. No? Because my the purchase on my phone is like you just have to double tap it. It's an iOS,
Yep.
so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have like a Face ID.
Face ID.
So she doesn't need to know my password. She just have to wait for me to sleep. So when you sleep, it's gonna put your face on it, and the Face ID will get
Yeah.
it. So yeah, so that's also gonna happen as well.
You're
So
done, Rob. You're done.
You've been
so I
robbed,
remove.
Rob.
So I remove. I've
You're
been
being
robbed.
robbed.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this episode with you guys, Manoobs, and as well with Roper. Probably like a parting question that for our viewers that's gonna be watching this podcast is like, what will gonna be your advice for someone who is literally new into Web3 and like on the free to play game? What will be your advice to them if would like to try to jump in? Is there anything that like your checklist first before they would if there's a point that they would like to spend but they don't know when? Probably I'll start with you, Rover.
But first, of course, find a game that you'll enjoy, right? Well, definitely there will come a time. Axie is doing it. You will be able to try the game for free before actually investing, so you can try it. And if you actually enjoy it, it's the time. It's the only time you buy their NFTs and actually start earning if you want that. Yeah, number one is research, learn about the game. If you can enjoy it, if you love the game, definitely.
Mhm.
Number two is if you are going to jump into the game, make sure to invest the money you can afford to lose. Parang tayo silang plaka dito. But that's the golden rule. That's the golden rule. Invest the money you can afford to lose because anything can happen. We're in crypto, volatile market. NFT gaming is backed by blockchain. So yeah, probably those are the two things. Make sure you'll enjoy the game because at the end of the day we're playing. Games are meant to be enjoyed, right? It makes no sense to like grind every day. Para ka rin nag-work niyan kung if you just hop into the game and expect money in return, right? Hindi ka na mag-enjoy, masistress ka na.
Yeah, yes. And you're
And
most
don't-
likely looking on the prices every single, not day, probably every hour. got it.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Yeah. The only time you can do it, the only time you can enjoy a Web3 game, if I'm saying, is if if the game is good, if the game is into your liking, and if you actually invested the money you can afford to lose. That's the only thing. That's the only time you can actually enjoy the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you won't really care. You won't really care. Just enjoying. I really don't care much of the money I invested. Because heck, I buy a lot of skins. I buy a lot of battle passes. You know, just
Mm-hmm.
invest the money you can afford to lose.
But bottom line is, you really have to enjoy the game.
Yep.
That was literally for Rover. So yeah, I like that. I like that because I myself, I wouldn't want to drag myself into a game. Yes, I might get to earn on it, but in the long run, you're gonna get burned out. So
Mhm.
enjoying the game, having friends enjoy it with you as well is a plus. So
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was really good. That was really good, Rover.
You play
So
to enjoy.
you play to enjoy, definitely. But how about you, Benubs? What will be your advice to people that would want to jump in but doesn't know when to, or rather would like to invest, but they're very afraid that they might get to invest so much of what they can afford to lose?
Mhm. So I think for me, what I can actually give to people a tip is it always depends on you because there are different uh, lives, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
different ways in life. Like other people have this, other professionals are into planning to explore also in this space, right? And
Mm-hmm.
others who doesn't have money are also, I think, I because I always value time. So if you don't, because but in some point I always try to, like for me, I will definitely try to enroll
Mm-hmm.
for the things that I could skip time through from researching because I don't have so much time to do a lot of stuff in at the same time. So if you're asking me directly, I would definitely try to search for a courses or seminars about it
Mm-hmm.
that actually I can pay. But if you are a regular guy who doesn't want to invest in knowledge, you
Mm-hmm.
can definitely, I can probably say that you should be a resourceful guy, wherein you need to do your own research well. You need to learn everything from scratch. That is the part that I would love to skip. That is why I'm trying to enroll on a
Mm-hmm.
class, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it's basically, if you can earn something, that's why there is tax, right? If you're trying to earn something from it, then you definitely need to something to invest. It's either time or your money, right? So I would prefer doing some enrollment class for me to skip all the process of cramming to definitely learn something.
Mm-hmm. Agree. It's you really need to be very educative on what games. If just a follow up question, learning the basic aspects of probably on how they could be able to earn, learning about the game. So, what would be your go signal if you yourself, Banoops, into jumping into a game? You did mention earlier that you have someone from DR Esports, I believe, that tried breeding
Yeah,
and they get profit from it. So
yeah.
for you, what is like the most I would say obvious part that, all right, this is a go for me, I'm gonna play this game because I've
Uh,
already done my research on it?
I think the basic ones are if the project was doxed, if if
Okay.
if um
Mm-hmm.
if they have legit partners, if they have a VC, if they have an investor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that was the basic parts of checking an NFT game that you would love to invest into, because investing is
Mm-hmm.
like a business, right?
Yes, yes.
It's something that you will it requires trust, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I understand what is happening right now, since there are a lot of rug pull projects coming in and out in this um, industry, wherein people will try to um, take advantage for the small fishes who's trying to learn. They just try to
Mm-hmm.
grab their money, right? That's the sad part of but it actually happens in any type of industry you're in. So you just
Mm-hmm.
have to deal with life
Uh-huh.
and try to be better. If you lost something, you just try to experience.
Yes.
Sometimes you need
So
to experience it.
yeah, well, I know. I mean, I'm just laughing, guys. But it's really true. It's like, it really hits different when you get the feeling of losing. It's like you'll definitely get very emotional. Not only with the games, even with the trading that Rover does. Emotions really get the most out of us. It's like for example, we get so high. It's like in terms of dopamine, like I get so much on this game, and there's a new game that's coming out, and like probably an influencer is promoting it, and you jump in, and you didn't know that too much about the game. It's just like you're so happy that you're earning on a one game, then you would like to jump into another, and you didn't really get to research that game. And it just so happened, Banoobs did mention those were rug pulled, and that happens, and that's reality. And if you get to experience, or if you had already experiences, what you can do right now is probably step back a little, and try to reorganize yourself, and then move on. I mean, there are a lot of influencers I've listened to in the crypto space. They only get to survive on crypto by not quitting. That was it. That was it. You just want to survive whatever you have right now. You just have to be very intelligent on how you manage your finances. So yeah, well, that was a really a heartfelt talk with you guys. Thank you so much, Banoobs and Rofer. So yeah, that was it. I would really want to thank our viewers right now. So this is gonna be our episode for CrypTalk. So thank you everyone for tuning in, and we also would like to thank, of course, our guests. Thanks for dropping by. Of course, Rofer, let our viewers know where they could be able to find you right after this episode.
Yeah, you guys can follow me on Twitter at RoferRR, Instagram at RoferRR, and Rofer on YouTube.
Mm. Uh, Best TA guy on YouTube, guys. So, how about you? How about you, Banoobs? How can they be able to reach out to you? And probably there were someone that gets interested in the game that you hinted earlier. How they can be able to find Banoobs?
They can follow me on my social media, fb.gg/ibanubs. And for Instagram, but it's private at banubs. Yeah. For
All
my
right.
email, banubsgaming@gmail.com.
All right, so we'll definitely gonna put it down on our descriptions, all the socials of our guests for today's Crypt
Um,
Talk. So
wait.
yeah, go ahead.
I will give it the actual name of the project that I'll be
All
launching
right,
soon.
go.
It's Chrono Adventures.
Oh, I've heard of that game. I've heard of that game. I believe I saw a glimpse on King Cosmos was sharing the healing. Someone is healing something like that. Was the recent I've seen. So yeah,
Mm.
Chrono Adventure guys, do follow. I believe they do have their Twitter handle as
Yeah,
well,
and
and even
Facebook and other social medias.
all right. So
The
you have
website is chronoadventures.com.
all right. Check that one out, guys. Banoobs did give you the checklist on how to check. So most likely this already been doxed. So you go ahead and check.
Yeah, I did that.
Th- It's docs and check this game. So anyway, guys, you can catch all the previous episode on our official United Gamers Guild website at unitedgamers.gg. You can also follow our Facebook page at facebook.com/United Gamers Guild and Twitter channel at UGG Network. And of course, you can always join our very friendly, and there's so much packed on our Discord channel, and become a part of our ever growing community. By the way, my name again is Rob Luna, and we'll see you on the next episode.